Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Q2 FY22 earnings conference call of Mitsu Chemplast Limited, hosted by Kirin Advisor Private Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference has been recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vatsupal Shah from Kirin Advisor Private Limited. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome Mr. Manish Deodia, Joint Managing Director and CFO of Mitsu Chemplast Limited. Manish sir, over to you.
Thank you. Okay, so I thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules and extend a warm welcome to all of you for the conference call of Mitsu Chemplast second quarter of FY22. I'd like to wish you all a very happy Diwali and a prosperous New Year. So before we take you through the performance of your company in the second quarter, let me give you a brief review of the industry and business for the period under review. We have seen demand recovery in the past few months. The first and second corona wave was the biggest concern for the world as well as for our economy, but speedy vaccination and stricter government policies have tackled the issue very smoothly. We have seen a tremendous demand coming for molded products in the last year that kept our business growth upbeat. The concern which we face is not from the demand side but on the operational front. Our key raw material, polyethylene and polypropylene, is a crude-based product. As well as we all know, crude prices have skyrocketed in the last year. All products linked to the crude have also seen a sharp rise in the prices. This has severely impacted raw material costs in the plastic molding industry. The quarter foregone has also witnessed higher global logistics prices that has affected the business all over the world as price for container rose to 5 to 7 times in this quarter. So it has impacted Indian export-oriented companies. It impacted us for our export-oriented clients have held back their export shipments, so orders are booked but not cashed in our book. Business and difficulties go hand in hand. We have our strategies in place and have implemented plant and process optimization in the previous quarter, which has helped us the severity of the situation. As you all know, Mitsu Chem is a leading manufacturer of molded plastic products with more than 500 plus SKUs. Is serving more than 30 plus Fortune 500 clients in India. We want to assure you that your company is all set to ride on rising demand from the packaging industry as well as the hospital and medical segment with its strong product portfolio and proposed new launches. Product innovation and value engineering are in the DNA of the company, and your company has set new benchmarks in offering quality products and the highest customer satisfaction, which has made the Mitsu brand a name to be reckoned with. Now I'll take you through the financial performance of the company in the last quarter. Your company witnessed strong demand growth in the last quarter. Mitsu Chemplast reported a robust 28.1% rise in total income to rupees 57.9 crore for Q2 FY22 over Q2 FY21. Higher raw material prices are linked to higher crude prices affected our direct cost of material, which has impacted the EBITDA of the company, which fell by 22.3% to rupees 5.1 crore year on year. EBITDA margin for the Q2 FY21 was at 8.81%. The company reported a net profit of 2.46 crore The net profit margin of the company for the reported quarter was at 4.25%. For the quarter, our capacity utilization approx 60% of the total available annual capacity. Further, for this current quarter, our working capital cycle was at 60 days. To talk about the first half of the current financial year, I must say the year started with strong sales revenue cumulatively. Excuse me. Sorry. For the half year ended September 2022, the company reported an impressive 51% rise in total revenues to rupees 116.73 crore. EBITDA was higher by 11.1% to rupees 13.09 crore, while EBITDA margin came at 11.1%. Net profit rose by 23% to rupees 6.15 crore.
Ladies and gentlemen, the line for the management is disconnected. Please hold while we reconnect them. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the line for management connected.
So I'll start with this. Further to this current quarter, our working capital cycle was at 60 days. To talk about the first half of the current financial year, I must say that year started with a strong sales revenues cumulatively. For the half year ended September 22, the company reported an impressive 51% rise in total revenues to rupees 116.73 crore. EBITDA was higher by 11.1% to 13.09 crore, while EBITDA margin came at 11.1%. And net profit rose by 23% to 6.15 crore, and net profit margin was at 5.23 crore. 5.23%, sorry. Also, I like to highlight that during the period we have generated an operating cash flow rupees 12.69 crore, and we have also reduced long-term borrowing by rupees 7.36 crore in H1 FY22. Overall, we have completed H1 FY22 on a promising note, and the challenges that we have faced in Q2 had made us stronger. Further, new marquee customers added by us in last few quarters are going to fuel our growth in coming quarters. So now I open the floor for question and answer.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Nilesh Karani from Magnum Broking. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Good evening. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Sir, just a simple question. Like, see, if we compare quarter on quarter, this quarter was little bit towards the lower side, like, marginally lower, but yes, lower side. So any special note on that or any special, this, can you explain something on that, like what happened or what went wrong? Hello? Hello?
Mr. Mr. Manish, may I request you to unmute?
Okay. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Hello.
Yeah, audible.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes, I think you are studying well. So, yes, quarter two was a little okay compared to quarter one. And the reason behind, I mean, like, I mentioned in that my speech is that due to raw material prices increase. Second one was there was a lot of supply chain problems in the export market. So that export order was like, ordered to us, but we could not deliver to them because they have not lifted the material, and then we have to search for some other customers. So like, there was the profit decline also. So you can see the quantum almost is the same. The turnover is also same, but the profit margin has gone down.
So, sir, like if you can elaborate more, like, see, if the consignment doesn't reach the customer, so basically we face a damage charges or something, or what is that?
No. It is not like damage charges. It is like, I supply to chemical company who export their product in our drums.
Okay.
Due to a lot of problems with the export freight rate, so there were a lot of cancellation order from our customer side. Hence the same with us also. So they have cancelled our lot of orders. So although we have a booked with the orders, but we could not ship to them.
Okay. And for the raw material, basically we did not pass the price to the customer. Is it that?
Yes, we could not pass it immediately because there were a lot of other prices also increased, which is affected due to steep price in each and every prices like packing bags and master batches and every small items.
So basically, if we see, if we say from quarter two to quarter three, this would be taken care of, or still there would be some lag.
Yes, no, definitely it will be taken care. It will be taken care. See, some customers take longer time, to pass on the prices. Now everybody understand that each and every item's prices has been increased. So definitely, and customers are started giving us now.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. If anything, I will come back on. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Gaurav Shah from Harshad Gandhi Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So before I start, just wanted to wish Diwali to the entire Mitsu team. So, sir, I have a couple of questions. First one is on basically understanding the sustainability of business better. So basically, you get 80% of business from the container segment, right?
Right.
You have number of big chemical clients like RP, BASF, and Graphene. I just wanted to understand. So, is it once we supply our container to our client, can it get reused? I understand if they're supplying to at the end of the day they are exporting to like their clients, it can't be reused. But if they are using it domestically, can they use our container like once again, something like that? Just wanted to understand the sustainability of business.
Thank you, Gaurav bhai. Wish you happy Diwali and happy New Year to you as well. See, with your question, I think yes. See, people do use their sometimes drums. Now depend on the customer, depend on the product. So every customer has a different requirement, and most of the clientele base what we have is all on MNC companies and big companies. So they don't reuse that drums generally. So, but yeah, in the other secondary market, they might be using these drums.
Okay. So basically, if we can say, like most of our business should not get affected because of the using, like they can't use.
No,
But
no,
I
no,
think 20-30%
no,
of.
not be, should not be.
Okay. So retail part might be subject to this, but not big clients, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And second question, I'm just repeating the question. Second question is on the pricing power. So I understand, like, we don't have like order book more than 1 month because of the frequent changes in the raw material prices and all that. So
Yes.
this quarter we got affected because of the raw material prices. So is it like the worst is behind us and we can pass on the raw material price increase in the next quarter?
I think no. So I think now, see, once initially the price was dropping and then the price was immediately rising, so that time it affects a lot. But once into continuously rising the price down, now it is little easier to pass on the prices. Yeah, I'm sure what your question comes from. So it was a difficult in the last quarter. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But yes, it will be not in this quarter.
Okay. So I think worst is behind us and we should be able to
Yeah,
pass on.
I think so. Let's hope Diwali gets better for everyone.
Okay. That's it. Thanks a lot and all the best for the future.
Thank you. Thank you, Gaurav bhai.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nishwanti Khedkar, an individual investor. Please go ahead. Nishwanti Khedkar, may we request you? Your line is unmuted. Please go ahead. As there is no response from the line of Nishwanti Khedkar, a reminder to all participants, you may enter *1 to ask a question. The next question from the line of Apurva Mehta, individual investor. Please go ahead. Apurva Mehta, your line is unmuted. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, what was your shipping cost on impact?
I am not able to hear you very well, sir. Hello.
Apurva Mehta, may we request you to speak louder or come closer to the phone as we are unable to hear you? The line for current participant is disconnected.
Yeah.
The next question is from the line of Gaurav Shah from Harshad Gandhi Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi. Once again, thanks a lot for the follow-up question. Just one last question. So, sir, last quarter you have guided for the sales growth of 40% and I think 60 crore revenue run rate for the quarter. So, just wanted to reconfirm. So, in our earlier conference call, you have guided for the growth rate of 40% sales-wise, and it comes to around 60 crore run rate for the quarter. So, just wanted to reconfirm. You still hold like particular thing it's like sustainable?
Yes, we do that.
Okay, that's it. Yep.
Yeah.
And sorry, and from the EBITDA margin perspective also?
So I think that will be definitely improved. We will try to maintain as per the first quarter.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press *1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Nilesh Karani from Magnum Broking Limited. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So just one thing, like we have reduced our debt by 7.36 crores. That is what am I correct?
No, sir, you have to repeat the question. Sorry, sir, I could not understand.
We have reduced the debt by 7.36 crores. Is it correct?
0.36, yes, yes.
Correct. So now how much is our debt now, the gross debt?
The total long-term and short-term including is around 59 crore.
Okay. So out of that, it was actually 65 crores, so it has come down to 59 crores.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Right, sir.
And going forward also, you will do the similar this thing or what?
Yeah. So, I think right now with this capacity, yes, we will reduce the things. But now if the expansion comes in, and then let's see how we are going ahead with that. So we haven't
Correct. That I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay,
new
sir.
capacity decided. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nilesh bhai. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question from the line of Nishwanti Khedkar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity and wish you the best festive season to all of you. I just wanted to understand, we had seen a sharp decline in the EBITDA margin. So what you would like to say, considering the high crude prices, which is affecting our major raw material, how flexible the EBITDA margin would be, or how you would say it is flexible with a negative bias, positive bias? What would be your comment? That is my first question.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, ma'am, and I wish you happy Diwali and happy New Year to you too. See, with your reference to your question, see, yes, EBITDA margin has been reduced. I explained the reason and everything. Yes, but it is not like that this will sustain, because we will try to maintain our EBITDA margin as per Q1.
Okay.
So somewhere, some of the quarter or sometimes it affects that where we cannot pass on all the prices. So I think that was a Q2. So we'll try to maintain EBITDA margin like Q1.
Okay. Okay. And second question is like, say, how our orders are coming up from the healthcare, because in the corona period we had seen a major order boost coming from that segment. So is it a sustainable, or how or the orders have been stabilized? How the scene over there?
Yes. So see, I think Corona 3 was supposed to come and it has not come. So I think that was all the things were there. But yes, this is furniture parts isn't been sustainable business. So I say 13-14% is a very good sustainable thing, which was last year was 11%. The last quarter what we did is around 18%.
Okay.
It was a little more, and this quarter we did 15%. So I can assume, as per the whole year, it will maintain average of 13 to 14%.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And any new Fortune 500 client added in the reported quarter?
So already we have a 30 clients. So I think we have added 2-3 more clients. Yes. We have added 2-3 more clients on that Fortune 500. Yes.
Okay. Sir, what would be our top 10 client contribution to the overall sales?
So my top 20 clients are contributing me around 75% business.
Okay. And the orders from them are sustainable?
Yeah. Sustainable. Yes.
Okay, sir. That's all from my side. Once again, wish you a happy Diwali and a prosperous New Year.
Same to you, ma'am. Same to you for your family too. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. The next question from the line of Apurva Mehta, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry, my call was disconnected. So my first question is, what was the quantum of impact of shipping crisis on your revenue?
No. So we see, we are not exporting our articles. We are giving it to exporters like company who export their chemicals and they fill in our drums. Now for them, export freight is very, very important. Now we supply them in a locally. Now, when they do not have orders, or maybe they are not the ship freight is not viable, they do not export that container. So basically, directly we are not affected in the export market.
Okay, so if crisis was not there, what should have been revenue of Mitsu?
The revenue could have been the same, but the profit margin could have been better.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Almost revenue could have been little better because we had a good orders initially. We had a very good order initially, but we could not execute the same because of this freight these things. So we understand from our customer that many orders has been cancelled, or maybe it is revised later on.
Okay, so sir, what are the margin difference in export and local orders?
It makes little difference in that because thoda, I mean, like I can say 1 or 2% difference is there.
Yeah, okay. That's all from my side, sir.
Okay, thank you, Apurva bhai.
Happy Diwali. Yeah.
Yeah, same to you, sir.
Thank you. As there are no further questions from the participants, I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vatsupal Shah from Kirin Advisor Private Limited for closing comments.
Thank you everyone for joining the conference call of Mitsu Chemplast Limited. I would like to wish every participant happy Diwali and a prosperous new year from end of Kirin Advisors. If you have any queries or further questions, you can write us at vatsupal@kirinadvisors.com. Once more, many thanks everyone for joining the call.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Manish bhai.
On behalf of Kirin Advisor Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.